Hey guys, it's Melissa. So today I wanted to talk about places that I think are extremely just really awkward to be in when you're either with someone else or even sometimes by yourself. So I'm going to start off with saying the first place that I think is really awkward to be in with another person is an elevator. Because think about it, you're in the elevator and it's just you and that other person and you're pretty much just standing there, each on your own side, and you do the occasional like, hey, how are you or whatever, and then you just stand there until you go on your floor, and then ironically it's even more ironic when, or even more awkward and weird, when that person is getting off on the same floor as you. I mean, it's extremely awkward, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. I mean, there's nothing to talk about. You don't know each other, so it's like, it's really awkward. I mean, let's face it. We've all been there and felt extremely awkward at one point in time in an elevator. I mean, it's just not a place to just... You don't want to be there. Another place that I think is extremely awkward is the dentist. I mean, come on, let's get real. You're there for a reason, and you're there to either obviously get something fixed in your mouth, and when you're like this, and they're just kind of in your mouth, and you're just like this. So I mean, it's weird because they're in your mouth, and then it even gets really awkward and weird when they start asking you questions. It's like, do you not know I can't answer you? So it's like, and then if you do answer them, they get mad because you are answering them and you're messing up whatever they're doing in your mouth, so they get frustrated. It's like, then why did you talk to me? It's an awkward situation. So the next one I think that is very awkward is public bathrooms. Any kind of public bathrooms. It could be at the store, at Target, at Walmart. It could be a porta potty. It could be at a fair. Any kind of public bathrooms are strange. I mean, let's face it. You're sitting in a toilet, and now we all do this, right? We all, like, before we actually go to the bathroom. I mean, guys actually obviously have it really easy unless they're like doing number 2. But let's face it, it's easy for them because they just have to stand like this. Okay, but for us girls, we actually have to squat. So we all get in there, right? And if you're like me, and I'm sure most of you are, especially if you're like to be clean, you get on the toilet seat and you look and you keep putting toilet paper on and more on and more and more and more and more and then more, and it's like, it still doesn't seem like enough, so you grab like one of those things that they have, and you rip it down, you put that on, and it still doesn't feel like enough, so you still lather it up with more toilet paper, and eventually you can just pee, but you're still squatting. You're still squatting when you're peeing, even though you have like a whole nest right there. I mean, you have enough toilet paper to like make like a notebook. You know what I mean? So, and then before you even can find a bathroom or a stall to go in, let's just face it, we have all been there. Have you ever went into the bathroom and you have to pee really bad and you're like, oh, I can't hold it, like especially like after the movie theater, when I go to the movies, I have to always pee at the end before I leave. And every time, it never fails, every time I walk into the bathroom, the first stall, it's gross. It's like it never fails. It's like, let's face it, we've all saw someone else's shit in the toilet at one point in time. It's gross. And to think that the toilet that you're using after that toilet, who knows what that person just did? Like, oh my God, there's so many bodily fluids that can come out of you. Like, besides pee and poo, it's like, you don't know what that person did before you were in there, and now you're in there. And it's even a little bit awkward at home. I mean, even though you know who's living in your house, but it still kind of feels a little weird. Okay, alright, that's just getting a little bit too much information now. So, the next place that I feel is very awkward is church. Now, I don't really go there. I don't really go to church, but on the rare occasions that I've had to go to church for whatever reason, it's very awkward. Last time I had to go to church, it was for a baby christening, and it was just awkward. Like, you walk in, and especially if you're late, like, you try to get there early, but you don't want to be there early because, I mean, it's church. And so you walk in, and you're late, so you kind of like, you're like this. now you know you're late, so you're like trying to like tiptoe into this in there, and you know, you're hoping that no one really even notices that, you know, you're late, and then you kind of casually just sit down, and you're like, I hope no one sees me. And then what if you have to sneeze and you're like, and then like all eyes are on you, and it's like, excuse me, I'm sorry that I sneezed. God bless you. God bless me. You know, it's just very strange and awkward because people are always staring, especially if you're late. So that's an awkward place. I think another awkward place is even like theme parks, like especially water parks. Now, I like water parks, but you're all walking around barefoot, okay? This bothers me because when you're walking around barefoot and I don't know what's on your feet, like, put sandals on. And if you can't wear sandals because the park doesn't let you, it's like, I don't even really want to be walking around there. It's awkward. Like, I'm kind of like just tiptoeing with like my 2 toes. 4 toes? 2, whatever, you get my point. I'm tiptoeing, and I barely want to put my feet on the ground because it's wet, it's muddy, it's kind of stinks, and it just, you're like, ew. And then like, you're walking up the steps to go to the big, awesome slide thingy that's like a toilet bowl and swooshes you down into the water. And you had a blast doing that, but then when you get out, it's like, they try to help you, you know, the lifeguards, and you're like, dude, I got it, I can get out of this by yourself, but they still insist on helping. And the next thing you know, they're helping you, and what if your bathing suit falls off? I mean, that's happened to me before. Like, my bathing suit top is like kind of slips off, and it's really, really awkward and embarrassing. And that's happened. I've been there, done that. And then, you know, it's like, once you're off of that, you have to walk in this big puddle of like wet water that's like brown. It's like, what's on there? What did you do? Did you go to the bathroom on the ground? Like, I don't get it. So I think that's another awkward, gross place. And then finally, but not least, I think even sometimes we feel a little bit awkward at our family's houses. I know I do. I don't really know why. Sometimes, you know, like holiday or whatever, and we're supposed to be there at a certain time, and again, we're late. And, you know, they don't want to say anything because they're your family, so they try to play it off all cool, like, oh, hi, how are you? They hug you, and they kiss you, and it's like, oh, you're so cute. And it's like, don't grab my cheeks. But, you know, and then they're all kissing you on the, like, they're, like, kissing you, like, almost, like, right on the lips, and you're wondering, why are you doing that? Why can't you just hug me? You know, let's just hug it in. Let's come in and hug. Let's hug. That's nice. That's nice. Why do we gotta kiss? You know, like, I'm alright if, like, you know, my grandfather wants to kiss me on the cheek or something, but, like, why do we have to almost, like, kiss? Like, my aunt will always go in for that kiss. So it's like, she'll hug, and she'll, like, almost kiss me on the lips. It's like, why? Like, can't we just hug? We are family. Not in a sexual way, just normally family. So, I mean, I think that's awkward when, you know, and then you got the family members that are like, they kiss you on two sides. They're like, it's like, what are we? We're not in Hollywood and we're not celebrities. Why do we have to kiss like that? Why do you have to kiss both my cheeks, you know? And then it's like, some of your older, you know, your aunts or your uncles or whatever, and they're like, oh, you know, you're getting old, you know? It's like, when are you going to get married? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? And it's like, come on, I'm 31. I mean, I don't know. To me, sometimes it just can be really, really awkward. So there you have it. Those are the things the places that I feel that are very, very awkward. And I mean, let's face it, we've all been there at one time in our lives in some of those places that are just very awkward. So that's it for now. I love you guys. Peace and love. Peace and love to you. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourselves. Be cool. Be kind. Don't judge. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And I'm getting a tattoo later, and I will make sure to film it for you. Okay? So look forward to that, and like I said, be kind, be cool, don't judge. Don't judge me. Peace and love. Talk to you guys later.